Today we're going to share about the ENFJ personality type, also known as the protagonist. We'll delve into this personality through the analysis of Jung's 8 cognitive functions, their upbringing in the family, as well as their strengths and weaknesses to give you a clear understanding. Let's start with Jung's 8 cognitive functions. For ENFJs, the dominant function is extroverted feeling FE. FE is all about understanding and influencing the emotions of others. ENFJs are like emotional conductors in social situations. For example, at a team-building event, an ENFJ can quickly sense if someone is feeling left out or uncomfortable. They'll immediately take action, like approaching that person, starting a friendly conversation, and making them feel included. This function helps them create harmonious and positive social atmospheres wherever they go. The auxiliary function is introverted intuition NI. NI is the inner eye that sees the big picture and underlying patterns. An ENFJ might be involved in a business project. They can envision the long-term goals and the different stages needed to reach them. Even when faced with a complex market situation, they can have a gut feeling about the future trends, almost like having a sixth sense about what's going to happen next. The tertiary function is extroverted sensing SE. SE focuses on the here and now, the sensory experiences in the external world. An ENFJ with a well-developed SE might notice the details in a room during a party, like the beautiful decorations, the delicious food on the table, and the rhythm of the music. They use these sensory cues to better engage with the environment and the people around them. The inferior function is introverted thinking TI. TI is about logical analysis and internal frameworks. For ENFJs, this function is less developed. They might struggle when they need to make a purely logical decision without considering the emotional impact. For instance, when deciding on a budget cut in a project, they might have a hard time detaching from the feelings of the team members who could be affected, and it takes them more effort to make a cold, hard, logical choice. Now, let's talk about the possible influence of the family environment on the formation of the ENFJ personality. Imagine an ENFJ growing up in a family where there are frequent family gatherings. Their parents are very social and value community relationships. The family often participates in volunteer activities, such as helping at a local soup kitchen or organizing neighborhood cleanup days. From a young age, the ENFJ child learns the importance of empathy and helping others. At home, the parents encourage open communication. They listen attentively when the child shares their thoughts and feelings, and in return, they also share their own experiences and values. This kind of upbringing nurtures the child's extroverted feeling function. The child grows up being sensitive to the emotions of others and always looking for ways to make people around them happy. Moreover, the family might have a rich collection of books and engage in discussions about various topics like history, philosophy, and future trends. This stimulates the child's introverted intuition, allowing them to think deeply about the underlying meanings and possibilities. As they grow older, they become accustomed to seeing the big picture and having long-term visions. However, in this family, there might be less emphasis on strict logical thinking. The decision-making process at home is often based on feelings and consensus rather than pure logic. This could lead to the underdevelopment of the introverted thinking function in the ENFJ as they grow up, as they are not exposed to as many situations that require in-depth logical analysis. Let's move on to the strengths and weaknesses of the ENFJ personality. One of the significant strengths is their charisma. ENFJs have a natural charm that draws people to them. They can easily make friends and build strong relationships. For example, in a new workplace, they can quickly integrate into the team and become well-liked by their colleagues. Another strength is their leadership ability. With their clear vision from introverted intuition and the ability to inspire others through extroverted feeling, they are excellent leaders. They can set goals for the team, motivate team members, and lead them towards success. A well-known example is Martin Luther King Jr., an ENFJ who was able to lead a large-scale civil rights movement with his powerful speeches and inspiring leadership. The third strength is their empathy. ENFJs can truly put themselves in others' shoes. When a friend is going through a tough time, they don't just offer words of comfort. They really understand what the friend is going through and do their best to help. However, a major weakness of ENFJs is that they can sometimes be too self-sacrificing. Because they are so focused on the well-being of others, they might neglect their own needs. They might take on too many responsibilities at work or in personal relationships and end up feeling exhausted and burned out. To improve this, ENFJs need to learn to set boundaries. They should take time for themselves, engage in activities that they enjoy, and not overcommit. For example, they can schedule regular me time each week, like reading a book alone, going for a long walk, or taking a relaxing bath. In conclusion, the ENFJ is like a guiding star in the night sky. They shine brightly with their charisma, empathy, and leadership, illuminating the path for those around them. They have the power to bring people together and create a better world. Today, we've explored the ENFJ personality through Jung's 8 cognitive functions, the family environment, and their strengths and weaknesses. And that's all about the ENFJ, the wonderful protagonist personality type.